What's up, my dudes? Got the new PUBG map, aka not really a new PUBG map, just a remastered version of the original Erangel Orangutan. I don't know how the fuck to say it, but yeah, the OG, the very first PUBG map, right? Basically, remake of that. Pretty much not really. I don't think there's a whole lot of actual changes like physically to the map as far as like where stuff is and placements of stuff. I heard there's like maybe a couple little changes here and there on stuff, but really it's more of just a graphical update, right? Trying to bring the OG PUBG map back to the more modern PUBG map graphical standards, right? Because obviously there have been updating and improving graphical stuff with PUBG throughout the whole life cycle of this game. So, yeah, so I just wanted to come here and check this out real quick. Now, obviously, as soon as you get into the game, you're really going to notice the difference if you have been playing on that actual OG map, not the remastered version of it. You're going to see an instant graphical difference in it for sure. Like, it's no joke, bro. It's definitely, you get that feeling like, wow, this is, especially when you get down in some of the field areas and stuff, it's a whole nother level of like graphical look for sure. So it's cool to see all that, but yeah, it just gives you, in PUBG is one of those kind of games you know, it's kind of all about the immersion, trying to be a little bit more realistic of a shooter, first person shooter game like that. In third person, obviously you're not going to have as much of that like realism, immersion, you know, whatever the hell you want to call it, but whenever you're in first person, it definitely can bring you more into the world, seeing more of this updated remastered version of Erangel. Basically, like it certainly can do that. I notice it a lot in the grass, the actual grass on the map itself. You know what I'm saying? There's got a lot more. I don't know how to explain it. Just more density to it. Looks more real. The grass itself looks more real. You know how PUBG can kind of have that, or the old school PUBG kind of had that. I mean, the graphics just had a bit of a different kind of look, I guess is the right way to say it, you know. But now they're kind of really starting to up that fidelity and that just the, I don't know how to explain it. Almost like everything's got a higher resolution now, even though that's probably not true. That's what it feels like, right? You know, it feels like whatever you're playing on the original Erangel before was like 720p, and now you're playing at 1080p, right? That's kind of what it feels like. I'm just trying to make a comparison there. I know that's not actual what's going on, right? Fucking obviously. Some of you guys are going to be typing in the comments, Spencer, that's not actually what's going on. That's not actually what they did. Dude, that's not even what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to, like, you know, make a little bit of a comparison here. That's what it feels like. You know, it feels like that old was like 720. If that old was 720p, then this new is 1080p. You know what I'm saying? If that old was 2K, then this is 4K, right? That's kind of, you know, this is just like that graphical step up, that next graphical level to the original PUBG map. So pretty cool to see it. Definitely going to breathe some life into the original PUBG map again by doing that. But like I say, I don't think there's a whole, I haven't really read too much into all the specifics of it, but I don't think there's a whole lot of like really big different changes as far as you know, actual objects on the map itself. I think it's all pretty much the same. Like I say, there may be slight little changes. Okay, PUBG crashed. Sick, dog. Gotta love that shit. Alrighty then, here we go. We're back in action here, boys. Got me a few kills down through here in a little solo gameplay action. So, yeah, definitely cool to see this new version of this map. I think it's kind of to that point to where it's not really hurting anything. It's just helping it by them doing this, like, basically graphical remastered version of it. Now, I did notice a change in the, basically, you guys remember the OG, like, loading screen area where everybody would be loading in, right? It had the ship there, and you're, like, on that little island at the top of the map, right? You guys know what I'm talking about, where like, used to be able to pick up the guns on the table and shoot each other. Then they took that out because that was causing too much lag. Well, that where that ship used to be is actually like crashed over in a completely different corner. It's not even in that same place anymore. So I think there are certain things that are kind of moved around slightly, but like if you don't if you're not sitting there really looking hard for it, you're not even going to notice it type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not really like they try to change the map or whatever. It's not really like that. It's just a couple little things might be in different places here and there, but in all reality, it's still pretty much the same exact map that we all come to know and love, the original Erangel map. You know what I mean? They're not that stupid. They're not going to change it like that. You know what I mean? That much. They're not going to do that. It's really just more of a graphical update at the end of the day. That's pretty much what it is for the map. So either way, you're going to get like way more realism when you're like going through the obviously, like I said, the field areas and stuff like that. You're going to get more of that realism vibe. And then obviously on the buildings, they're going to have more of that war tour type graphical look to them as well. It's going to have more of that realism in that sense. And even I noticed, I think they've done kind of like just a standard. I mean, the graphics have been obviously improving in this game just steadily over time, like I said. So I know I saw a car on fire that got exploded, and it looked a lot more real than it used to look in PUBG here recently. So that was definitely one aspect of it. And they've changed quite a bit with this newer update as well. I mean, I've noticed quite a few different things, even down to the way the bullet projectile, just the way the whole shooting of that feels, like the way that looks and stuff. I don't know any other way to explain it, but obviously bandages automatically go to the next bandage over and over and over. You don't have to click it again. There's a lot of stuff in some of these newer updates for PUBG if you haven't played this game in a while, but either way, this is a little look at the new map. I know I kind of just chilled out in Roscock here for a little too long, but either way, it's definitely worth coming and checking out for sure if you used to play PUBG back in the day and you haven't played it in a while. Certainly worthy of your time to come back and check it out in that type of sense. But either way, let me see if I can get my happy ass out of this building here. There we go. Okay. Got a lucky turnaround kill on that one home dog. We're flying. Why am I flying? Why am I in like a 35,000 person view right now? What the hell? Oh my god, should be in the vehicle. Blue balls, where am I at here? Like literally like somewhere completely else. Okay, driving the vehicle. Then I got out. Wait a minute. I think I killed a guy somewhere. Yeah, because I got the M16 off of the dude. Jumped out of my rig right here. Already had the M16. I think I picked up that M16 further back, but you can see the graphical improvements right here. If you really remember the original PUBG map the way it was back then, obviously, once you start playing on it, you kind of get used to it, and it's like, oh, you kind of just feel like that's the way it's always looked, but I mean, I literally played on that original Erangel map like a day before this newer version came out and then got on this, and I could really notice the differences. Obviously, if you haven't played PUBG in a long time, then you hop on this, you may not notice that direct difference of comparison as much as I would have noticed it, you know what I mean? By playing it literally the old version one day and then the new version the next day, you really do notice the difference. Like I said, I noticed it the most in the grass and just kind of the way that sort of stuff looked the most, like grass, and when you get in the actual farm fields and stuff like that, you really notice that, and on the buildings and stuff, everything's just been amped up graphically, right? So kind of feels like you're playing on like a newer PUBG map graphic. There's a little bit more look at a kind of sort of the field a little bit. Kind of feel like you're playing on like a newer PUBG map graphics wise, but you're on the old map, you know what I mean? So that's kind of the overall basis feeling that you get from it there, but definitely cool to see them do this. Can't wait till they put in like a full-blown night map or a full-blown complete map that's only in the city. You know, it's just like a huge city map or something like that. There's 2 or 3 really cool ideas I have for maps, and I want them to put those in like in the near future, like the next map, like a full nighttime map with flashlights and stuff, or a full-blown city map where it's just like the size of Sandhawk, but it's all buildings, all city in a, you know, like New York City or something like that. That'd be really badass to play on a map like that in pub. There's a lot of things they could do to this game that would really help it out. There's another crash, yippee-ki-yay. Okay, either way, we'll cut that video off right there. Just wanted to kind of give a quick little introduction, to kind of show the new map off there a little bit. So